Welcome to this slow morning yoga practice. This will be a gentle practice just to help us slowly ease into the day and ease into our bodies, and just checking in what we might be needing this morning before we get into the full swing of things. Let's get started. You don't need any props for this practice, so I'll lead you through this gentle practice without any props. But of course, if you know that you need something to cushion your knees, or maybe you often use blocks, bolsters in your practice, then you can bring all of them in. But I shall lead you through this without any props. So all you need is your mat or your practice space and yourself. Maybe a cup of coffee or tea on the side. That is an optional addition as well, but we're going to take it easy. So take your time to get ready, and once you are ready to start, we're going to come lie down on the belly. So we're going to take a moment lying down. Make this a comfortable pose. So if it's better to have hands under the head, feel free to do that, or you might turn one cheek onto the mat. Legs could be wider apart if that feels better. Just notice where your feet might want to turn. They might want to turn inwards, outwards. Allow that natural rotation through the hips, through the legs, down into your feet. And then let's take just a few breaths here. Possibly just slightly slower breaths. Slightly bigger breaths, allowing you to feel those movements of your breaths. And it might be that in the morning it feels a bit more challenging to take those deep breaths. That's very fine. Be gentle with your breathing as well. Our practice this morning really is for checking in and noticing what we're feeling, how we're feeling, where we might need some extra kindness and extra attention as we start the day. So if anything hurts, if anything feels too intense for the morning, let yourself find your own variation, your own option for the pose or the movement. And then with your next few breaths, bend your knees, still lying down on the belly, bend the knees, lifting feet up towards the ceiling, and start to swing your shins from side to side, the windshield wipers here lying down on the belly. And you can let that movement spread to the hips, to the pelvis, to your spine. And just notice how the left, how the right side feel. Where do you feel the swinging movement in your body? We'll do a couple more gentle swings, allowing shoulders to stay soft, allowing the head to stay resting on the mat or on your hands. And the next time you bring your feet to your left side, let them go all the way down so that you could then bring hands on the mat and help yourself up to sitting on your left hip. So knees turn out to the right side of the mat. You could bring legs on top of each other and then step hands further out to the sides. We're going to go into a closed twist. We'll move up and down a few times. So first take a breath in, open the chest, and as you exhale, lower your chest down. You could go all the way down on the mat. Head could turn to one side. And then with the next breath, we'll lift back up again. Just open the chest away from the mat. Exhale, lower back down. Maybe try turning head to the other side. One more time with your in-breath, lifting off the mat. And exhale, lower down, and then we'll pause for a few breaths in that closed twist. You could release your elbows to the floor. Take a few slower breaths in and out. Take one more breath here. And then slowly find your hands back on the mat and help yourself up onto all fours. So just turn your belly towards the mat. And we're going to go into some rolling cat and cows. Now see, if you'd rather be down on your elbows, you're very welcome to do that. Maybe the wrists feel a bit tender in the morning. And rolling cat and cows, I'm suggesting we breathe in round the back while shifting weight towards the hands, towards the elbows. And then exhale, open the chest, turn the pelvis up like you're lifting your tail up, and also shift the weight back towards the knees. Again, with the in-breath, rounding the back and shifting the weight forward. And with the out-breath, the tail pulls you back, opening the chest. Few rounds with the in-breath, rounding the back and shifting forward. And with the out-breath, opening the chest and the tail pulling you back. 2 more rounds. Follow your own breath. Let the neck move as well. And just enjoying that gentle rolling movement. 1 more round. And then bring yourself back to center. And we'll go into that closed twist on the other side. So bring yourself to sit down on the right hip. Take your time. Step hands a bit further out to the sides. So already here we are twisting. And then we're going to inhale, open the chest. Exhale, release down. Again, you might turn head to one side. Next in breath, again lifting up, opening the chest. Exhale, lower back down, maybe turning head to the other side. Also allows you to test how you feel along the neck. 1 more time, lifting off the mat. And exhale, lowering down. And then we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Just let your arms, hands soften. And you might take a few slightly bigger, deeper breaths, just feeling those movements of your breaths. Not forcing your breaths, keeping them soft. Take 1 more breath here. And then we'll bring hands on the mat and again lift the chest up. And then we're going to turn towards the feet. Open legs into a butterfly shape. And this can be your butterfly. So it might be that it's a bit wider shape. You might bring feet close in. You decide. We're going to go into a forward bend to begin with. So take a breath in. And then exhale, lean forward. And see where it's easy to land. It might be that you stay on the hands. It's very normal that forward bends can feel tight in the morning. You might lean onto elbows, maybe leaning elbows on the feet, on the ankles. If it's okay to release head down, let your head lean down. And you might just gently swing from side to side. Again, when we are easing into our body, easing into the day, that kind of small micro movement might help, rather than staying still, rather than forcing ourselves to stay in an intense stretch. Just give some gentle movement. Then with the next breath, we're going to lean over to the right. So you might walk hands a bit further out to the right side of the mat, so that you find yourself in a small side bending forward bend. So we're still leaning forward, but just adding a bit of an opening along the left side body. Take one more breath here. You can send that breath down to that left hip. And then with the next breath, walking slowly over to the left. So now finding or just creating a bit more of an opening along the right side body. Keeping the neck soft. Take one more breath here. Again, you might send it all the way down to the right hip. And then slowly with the next breath, walk yourself back to center. And with a slightly bigger breath in, help your back, your neck, your head up, open the chest. And then we're going to step the right foot forward. You can bend the left knee in and step onto that right foot so that we could come into a low lunge. So bring your left leg far back and we'll bring the left knee on the mat. And I'm going to walk my right foot a bit further out to the side. I feel like it gives a bit more space for my hips, but you can also keep that right foot closer to the center line. You can let your pelvis come a bit further down. And then as you inhale, twist out to the right. You can bring that right arm behind the back, behind the pelvis. And then breathe here. Breathing towards the ribs, breathing towards the chest. The left arm can press the floor away, but this is your practice. So you decide how much engagement, how much activation there is, or maybe this is a lazy practice, a very soft practice. Find your edge. I will take another breath in and out in this twist. And then with your next exhalation, let your chest close. You can walk that right foot a bit more to the center and bring both hands or just fingertips on the mat. And we'll leave the right foot on the mat. So right knee is so bent that we can keep the right foot down. And then as you exhale, lean your back, your neck, your head forward over that right leg, or maybe on the inside of that right leg. So looking for gentle opening at the back of that right leg, but keeping the knee bent. You could take a breath in and open the chest, move the head, maybe even look forward. And exhale, sink back in. Take another breath, maybe opening the chest. And exhale, releasing down. And then open the chest, shift the weight more to the right foot. You can tuck the left foot toes under, just so you can bring that left leg closer in. And we're going to sit down onto the left hip. Bring legs into like a crossed shape, a bit like going into a seated twist. Right leg is on top of the left leg. But we're going to go into a side bend. With your left arm, hug the right knee in towards the chest. The right hand could hold on to that left hand if that helps. And then as you exhale, start to lean over to the left. So looking for some opening along the right side body. If you want, you might bring right arm up and over. But if that feels a bit too much now in the morning, maybe bring that right hand behind the back. You might even take hold of your trousers. That sometimes helps to release the shoulders. And again, releasing neck, releasing head into that side bend. You might look down if that helps. And breathing here, send a couple of breaths towards the right side body. You can breathe towards the ribs on the right hand side. You might feel this all the way down in the hips, in the legs. And then slowly with the next couple of breaths, bring yourself back up to center. You can move your shoulders, move the neck. And then we're going to reach our hands back towards where the right foot is. Stepping back into that lunge. And then bring yourself onto all fours. Now you have some options here. We might lift into a downward facing dog. So tucking the toes under, lifting the pelvis up. But you might also opt for a child's pose. So if you feel like resting for a moment would be better, bring your knees down and round the back. So just a moment here, moving or resting. So in a downward dog, you might move your legs, maybe pedal the feet a bit. Some of you might even want to add a vinyasa flow here. So if you know that that's what you need this morning, let yourself add a flow here. I'll take a few more breaths for this. In between pose, in between movement, just feeling into the legs, feeling into the back, into the arms. And then with your next couple of breaths, bring yourself onto all fours. And we're going to go into that lunge on the other side. So now we're going to step the left foot forward. Again, you have an option to bring that left foot further out to the side if that feels good. We'll leave the right hand on the mat. And then as you inhale, twist out to the left. And I'll suggest we bring that left arm behind the back, just releasing that shoulder. And it might give us more space to twist as well, to open the chest. You might look up if that feels good. Or you might also look down towards the mat. Take a couple of breaths in and out. And then slowly, slowly, as you exhale, start to close the chest. You might walk the left foot more towards the center line. And we're going to leave the left foot on the mat, leave the left knee bent, and then lean forward, lean over that left leg. You might round the back. And again, we can add some moving breaths here. In breath, opening the chest, slightly moving the neck. Exhale, leaning down and forward. Could do another one of those, like a wave going through the spine. And exhale, releasing into that forward bend. Take one more breath in your forward bend. Again, just gently opening that back side of the left leg. And then we're going to shift the weight more forward onto that left foot. You can lift the right knee off the mat just so you could step the right leg a bit closer in, and then sit down onto that right hip. And again, legs are crossed, a bit like going into a seated twist, but we'll find that side bend. So now we'll use the right arm to hug the left knee. The left hand could hold or support that right hand. And then breathing in and out, leaning over to your right. So now the opening is on the left side body. And again, you might lengthen the left arm up and over if you want. Or you might bring the left arm behind the back. Again, you might take hold of your trousers. That might help to support or just release that left arm and shoulder. And it might be that the left buttock lifts off the mat slightly. That's okay. Be gentle, be kind. Don't force your body. And take another couple of breaths in and out. And then slowly lift yourself back to center. Again, you might move your shoulders, move your neck. And then we're going to stay seated. You can swing your legs to one end of the mat and then bring yourself to lie down on the back. We'll leave feet on the mat. Check that you have some space overhead to bring arms overhead as well. We're going to go into a few bridge movements. So feet pressing onto the mat. And then with your next exhalation, lift your pelvis, lift your back off the mat. And bring arms up and over. Arms could go all the way overhead. With the next exhalation, release the back, the pelvis, and the arms back down. We'll do this another 2 times. With the next exhalation, pressing the feet down, or maybe just pressing heels down if that feels better. Lifting off the mat, arms can go overhead. And exhale, releasing down. And you decide how big, how high that bridge is. We'll lift up one more time, and this time we're going to stay there. So with your next exhalation, lift up. And now you could release. Just rest your arms on the mat, on the floor overhead. It might be that you're just pressing the heels down. Sometimes it feels quite nice to lift the toes off the mat. And send a couple of breaths to the chest, to the ribs. Maybe all the way down to the belly if that feels good and safe in your body. And then next exhalation will soften down, bring the back, bring the pelvis down. And then you can just either leave arms overhead if that feels good now, or you can bring them down next to your sides. Release the legs all the way down onto the mat, onto the floor. And we'll find our Shavasana pose. If you want, you might bring hands onto your body. Maybe one hand down on the belly, other hand maybe where you can feel the ribs, where you can feel your chest. And if you want, you can close your eyes. If neck feels tense, you could rock your head from side to side. Find a place where you feel you can soften the neck, the shoulders. And invite your full awareness back to your breath. Just notice that inner flow, that movement inside your body. And for a moment, let your mind rest in your breath. Give yourself another few breaths in your resting pose. And just notice how you feel now. Maybe you've observed something during the practice. Maybe you've learned something about how you're feeling this morning. Let yourself make those observations without any judgment. Also, let your observations show you your way this morning and into the day, and let yourself go through your day with kindness. And if you notice that a few slower, deeper breaths or even a few stretches during the day would help you, let yourself take time for that. Let's take one more slow breath in and out here. And when you feel ready, just slowly roll down onto one side and slowly bring yourself up into a seat, into your own final seat. Where do you feel you could leave your hips and your back, your shoulders soft? And if it's a part of your practice, you can bring your palms together in front of the chest. And as always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself for taking some time to move, to check in with yourself now at the start of your day. And I thank you very much for joining in, for sharing the practice. Namaste. Thank you.